doesn't like Facebook. They're actively not liking what Mark has been doing to their company. So it's
What is it? What explain?
yeah, well, Apple has been in the thought leadership position, the leader role for a while now, for almost a decade, and they are no longer in that role. At least when it comes to social, and social is becoming more and more and more important. Apple is not going to drive social. It's going to be Facebook and Twitter and Google
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think Apple Apple has created the device that transforms social into a ubiquitous product.
Right, but that is a dangerous place for Apple to be, because as social becomes more and more and more important to our lives, the devices we use become less and less important, as long as they're the bleeding edge device.
Yeah, as long as there's some other company that's going to continue to delight its customers. I think that's ridiculous. I think Apple's in the driver's seat with social. They have been for a long time.
How? What's their social network? Where on earth are they driving anything?
They've got an alliance with Twitter. I mean, they don't need a social network in order to exploit social.
Really? Because I haven't seen them exploiting it in any way, shape, or form.
Boy, well, I mean, my iPad is lighting up with commentary about the show. It's all over Twitter, and it's coming in and into their notification bus.
Well, okay.
You know, so I'm using social 100% of the time on Apple products. That's all I ever do.
Yeah, but it's just a machine that's giving you
Yeah,
stuff that other people are generating.
And these social networks are just software. So what? What is the point that you're trying to make?
Because anybody else can give you. I mean, I go from my PC to my Mac and I get the same notifications. Just fire up my client. There it is. It's not. I use an Android phone. I used an Android phone all day yesterday, and I got my notifications.
The notification bus on the iPad, in my opinion, with the iPhone as a small iPad, is the number one nexus of computing until somebody else reaches up and essentially ties them for that lead. And I don't see that happening. I think the Android will continue to be a fast follower, not in the lead. I think Apple owns that environment.
And it's AirPlay that is going to be how Apple owns that environment.
Or how they move it over to television. Yeah, I agree.
Because this fall you're going to hear about a 3-screen strategy from Apple. Phone, iPad, and TV all working together. And that is going to be what's going to be interesting this Christmas.
No, that was 3 screens in the cloud with Microsoft.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I think your
boys and a baby. What?
I think the notification bus on iPad is dreadful, but Twitter may help them fix that.
Well, iOS 5 with the new notifications.
Yeah, iOS 5 may actually catch up with Android on utility, but in terms of universality, the problem you have is you're stuck with just those 2 devices.
That's a problem?
Yeah.
I only have 2 hands. I mean, only Mark Benioff can carry 12 devices simultaneously.
I have more than just those devices, and other people, not.
Yeah,
yes,
I know you show them every week. You show them.
I have too many devices because I have them, but not everyone has decided to go Apple everywhere.
Well, not everyone, just all the people that have money.
Wow.
It's true. I mean, it's an old Irwin Corey line.
I don't know. I was sitting in first class last night on the way to San Antonio, and 3 out of 4 people had iPhones. 1 had an Android. So
it's.
Well, I flew back from Oakland yesterday, and all around me, everybody was on an Android phone. So
that is as bad as the.
Were you in the back of Southwest Airlines or something?
I was on Southwest Airlines, which a lot of people
I nailed it.
Well, you nailed it. I was actually surprised because I really was surprised that everybody was on an Android phone. That is not what I normally see.
Well, John, you have to speak up a little bit. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I just said it was free. The Android phones are free with the bag of peanuts.
I mean, that really does say what the market is. The
yes. Yeah.
Globally, though, I think Android.
So sure,
is,
if you just want to build things for rich people, then maybe you
Rich
can focus
people?
on Apple. Yes,
Well,
that's
yeah,
what you
but
said.
None of
you know
us
what,
on this call
I
are
think one
rich.
One of
None
the
of
things I
us.
found most interesting about
Rich
the
by
London
Obama's
riot.
definition. That's
One
not
of
the
the
point.
Go ahead.
Rich by Obama standards. Hey,
Anyway, we're well off, but certainly not poor. But the point is that to say, oh, the people with money have Apple, so we should focus on them, is an appalling thing to say.
Yeah.
And it's the same mentality.
that's not what I said. I said that
That's what you said.
no, I'm saying that
So the people with money have Apple devices.
I'm saying that Apple's economic power will mandate their continued dominance of the social space. That's what I'm saying.
They don't dominate the
They
social
don't dominate the
space.
social space.
I don't
Totally.
even. I can't. I
They really do not.
They don't. They have no
you're looking at
impact
your
on
own-
the social
Danny,
space.
it's been 4 weeks since you've been on. I'm trying to spin you up. Would you please get hysterical?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm waiting for me to have to turn down the RGB, the R and the RGB on my computer for Danny.
So Danny, I've made a statement. Do you have anything to do to
Well,
contradict the
misstatement,
statement?
but it's like saying I turned on my television and I got 12 programs. Apple had a huge impact on that. Didn't have any impact on the programs I saw. They didn't make, ER a hit show or whatever it is I'm watching. They're just delivering me what I want to pick and what I want to choose.
When you have a notification bus, and it's easy, and it's the only one that you ever interact with, you don't care what the name of the social network that tells you what it is. These social networks are being abstracted out in favor of
You
this
got to have a
notification
social
bus.
network to put into your notification in the first place.
Let's go back. If you're
It's just
thinking
that's like
about
you don't just buy your
Steve-
iPhone and go, now deliver me social. You had some social network you were on or that you got connected with. And
Okay.
you're going to continue to use it unless you exclusively interact with your social network through your phone.
Right.
It's not
But,
exclusive. It's pretty much constant. If you call,
Yeah.
David Sanborn calls regularly from his iPad over Skype. He has no phone. I mean, I can call his phone number. He doesn't answer it. If I call his iPad, he answers it.
Yeah.
This is a huge transformation that we're undergoing. And from the user perspective, they don't care what the social network is as long as it works.
Well, I don't agree with that, Steve, because the social network that you're on is what your friends are on. So my wife said
Twitter.
I keep trying to get my wife on the Facebook or on the Google Plus, and she won't because her friends are on Facebook and she knows they're on Facebook. She doesn't care whether she looks at Facebook on an Android device.
I
or an
agree, but
iPhone.
you're conflating simplicity with personal sociability, which I disagree with you about. Social is, for Facebook, I mean, we just had our anniversary. We have the string of Facebook comments from everybody, our family, friends, etc. It's wonderful, but it's a certain kind of signal. For broad signals, Twitter dominates. For conversations, it appears that Google Plus is going to have a certain, substantive quality. Other than that, if you look at them all and they all come in and they ring the bell in the notification network and they drop down from the top of the frame and they tell you what it is without interrupting you, that is an incredible unification system for this new mobile iPad-based network. That's all I'm saying. Apple dominates by
So you're saying
coalescing.
that the thing all the poor people already have on their Android is the savior of iPad.
I'm not sure. I understand you're trying to get me back to what you said I said, which I didn't say. That sounds familiar. I didn't understand how you were doing that, but that seems to be the import. You want to say that again?
Well, you were saying Apple is a genius for adopting the Android notification system that everyone else already has. That's it's this great. Yes, I agree. I'm glad they're copying that. That's good. That will make life better for everyone.
Okay. So Apple didn't invent the iPhone. Android did. In fact, they did it earlier, and then they
Actually,
sold it,
Microsoft.
and they took down
It was
all of the
Microsoft.
major